Tampa Bay Lightning versus Utah Mammoth. Two teams on opposite trajectories collide in Salt Lake City this afternoon as the Tampa Bay Lightning, 5-4-2 and 8th in the Atlantic Division, ride a four-game surge into a showdown with the 8-3-0 Utah Mammoth, third in the Central and undefeated at home. Tampa's push to climb out of the Atlantic basement meets Utah's bid to cement itself among the Western elite, and both have plenty to prove. Tampa enters with momentum and urgency. The Lightning have clawed back to respectability after a sluggish start, stacking 4 straight wins to reach 12 points. The Mammoth, meanwhile, have cooled slightly after a hot opening month, but still sit within striking distance of Colorado and Winnipeg in a fiercely competitive Central. It's the league's most electric new franchise against one of its most battle-tested dynasties. And tonight, pride and positioning are on the line. On paper, the contrast couldn't be sharper. Utah thrives on offense, pumping out 3.64 goals per game while limiting opponents to just 2.73. Tampa, by comparison, averages 2.82 goals and allows 2.82, a razor-even stat that underscores how every inch matters for them. Utah's attack runs through Nick Schmaltz, 17 points already with 7 goals and 10 assists, and Logan Cooley, whose 8 goals pace the club. Tampa's heartbeat remains Anthony Cirelli with 10 points, 6 goals, 4 assists, and Victor Hedman, still orchestrating from the blue line with 8 points and a +4 rating. In goal, the stage is set for a classic duel. Andrei Vasilevsky, 2-1-1, 2.01 GAA, .899 save percentage, is regaining form after injury, backed by Jonas Johansson, .913 SV%. Across the ice, Utah's tandem has been airtight. Karel Vejmelka stands at 6-2-0 with a sparkling 2.75 GAA and .881 save mark, while Vitek Vanacek, 2.00, 2.01 GAA, .913, has been clinical in relief. Both teams trust their crease, but Utah's confidence at home, 4.00, adds extra armor. Momentum tells its own story. Tampa's last 5 wins over Dallas, Nashville, Vegas, and Anaheim, outscoring opponents 14-8 in that stretch. Utah, meanwhile, has split their last 5, alternating between dominant wins and narrow defeats, including a 4-3 overtime loss to Colorado. The Mammoth's offense hums, but recent inconsistency hints at fatigue creeping in. Tampa, by contrast, is tightening defensively and rediscovering its identity as a grinding, opportunistic team. This one will hinge on special teams and composure. Utah's pace and puck movement challenge Tampa's penalty kill, forcing the Lightning to stay disciplined in their positioning and rotations. Yet Tampa's structure and late-game poise can frustrate even the most high-flying attacks, especially when they slow the tempo and win battles along the boards. Expect Hedman to log heavy minutes neutralizing Schmaltz's line, using his reach and timing to disrupt entries, while Cirelli's two-way instincts could tilt key face-offs and shorthanded situations in Tampa's favor. For Utah, Cooley's quick-strike finishing and Vejmelka's steadiness in net will dictate whether they can maintain control when the game slows down. If Utah capitalizes on early power plays, they can pressure Tampa into chasing. If not, the Lightning's experience and counterpunching efficiency might turn this into a clinical display of patience and execution. When the ice settles, experience and momentum might just outweigh altitude and home ice. Tampa is skating sharper, forechecking harder, and winning close games again, all signs of a veteran team reawakening. Prediction: Lightning 3, Mammoth 2. Vasilevsky steadies the crease, Hedman anchors the back end, and Tampa's special teams steal 1 in Utah to extend the streak to 5. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Tampa Bay Lightning winner. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box. Columbus Blue Jackets versus New York Islanders. It's a Metropolitan Division showdown with serious implications. The Columbus Blue Jackets, 7-4-0, and a confident 4-1-0 on the road, head into UBS Arena looking to keep their hot streak alive. The New York Islanders, 5-5-1 overall and 3-2-0 at home, are clawing for traction in a tight divisional race. With Columbus sitting third in the Metro at 14 points and the Isles back at 11, every puck drop now feels like playoff positioning in motion. The Jackets are chasing the elite. The Isles are fighting to stay in that chase. On paper, these teams look close. Columbus averages 3.40 goals per game to New York's 3.36, both playing balanced, possession-heavy hockey. But defensively, the Jackets have been a touch sharper, holding opponents to 3.30 goals against compared to the Isles' 3.56. Kirill Marchenko has emerged as Columbus's top finisher with 11 points, 5 goals, 6 assists, while veteran Charlie Coyle drives the attack with 7 assists and a steady +2. For New York, Bo Horvat continues to lead with 12 points and 7 goals, and Matthew Barzal adds 6 assists, sparking creativity from the half wall. It's two forward groups with talent, but Columbus is producing more efficiently right now. Special teams could be decisive. Columbus holds a power play clicking near 17%, while the Islanders have struggled to convert, sitting at just 9.8%. New York's penalty kill has been serviceable, but discipline will matter. Their 127 penalty minutes show a tendency to give opponents chances. If the Jackets' speed draws calls, the Isles could be skating uphill all night. Momentum tells the deeper story. The Blue Jackets have won 4 of their last 5, including statement wins over Toronto, 6-3, and Pittsburgh, 4-3 in overtime. Their offense has been fast, direct, and confident. The lone blemish came against Washington, but they bounced back quickly. The Islanders, meanwhile, have gone 2-3 in their last stretch. A 3-1 win over the Caps offering relief after losses to Detroit and Boston. Their attack has been inconsistent, and closing out tight games has been a struggle. Between the pipes, this matchup is pure intrigue. Columbus leans on Elvis Merzlikins, 4-1-0, 2.97 GAA, 915 SV%, and Jet Greaves, 3-3-0, 2.81 GAA, 0.916 SV%. Both have been steady, giving the Jackets reliable goaltending night in and night out. New York's Ilya Sorokin, 3-4-1, 3.40 GAA, 0.877 SV%, hasn't looked his usual sharp self, though David Rittich, 2-1-0, 3.34 GAA, 0.900 SV%, has filled in admirably. Sorokin's talent remains elite, but the Islanders' defense hasn't made life easy. Too many point shots, too many rebounds. Merzlikins, meanwhile, looks poised, positioning first, and calm under pressure. Exactly what you want on the road. The tactical story centers on pace and possession. Columbus plays north-south hockey with precision. Quick exits, speed through the neutral zone, and relentless forecheck pressure. The Islanders thrive when they slow things down, win battles in the corners, and grind their way into the low slot. If Columbus pushes tempo early, they can force New York into defensive breakdowns. But if the Isles clog lanes and keep play tight along the boards, they can tilt the game toward their grinding style. The X factors: Marchenko's scoring touch, Coyle's two-way edge, and Merzlikins' composure versus Horvat's net front power and Barzal's creativity. Add in the home crowd and the stakes of a divisional fight, and every shift will carry playoff-level energy. When the puck drops at 5 p.m. in Elmont, expect a high-intensity, possession-driven game decided by goaltending and discipline. Columbus has the hotter sticks, steadier netminder, and deeper rhythm. Prediction: Columbus Blue Jackets 4, New York Islanders 2. Merzlikins outduels Sorokin, Marchenko stays hot, and Columbus extends their surge. A statement win that keeps them climbing in the Metropolitan Division. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Columbus Blue Jackets winner. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box. Calgary Flames versus Philadelphia Flyers, two teams. Two very different stories. The Calgary Flames stumble into Philadelphia at 2-9-2, desperate to stop a spiral that sent them to the bottom of the Pacific Division. The Flyers, steady at 6-4 and 1-6-2-0 at home, are building belief in a metropolitan race that's quickly tightening. For Calgary, this is survival hockey. For Philadelphia, it's a chance to prove their early surge is no fluke. The puck drops tonight at Xfinity Mobile Arena, and it feels like a turning point game. Calgary's problems are layered but clear. The Flames score just 2.17 goals per game and allow over 3. Their special teams have been sluggish, a 14.6% power play and a 77% penalty kill, the kind of numbers that bury you early in games. Philadelphia, meanwhile, plays sharper hockey across the board. They're averaging 2.80 goals per night and killing penalties at an elite 89%. That discipline, combined with better balance up front, gives them the edge in a matchup where structure could trump desperation. Nazem Kadri has carried the offensive load for Calgary with 10 points, 3G, 7A, while Blake Coleman leads the club with 5 goals. Kadri's compete level remains high, but the lack of consistent help around him has stalled the attack. The Flyers, by contrast, are finding leaders in real time. Trevor Zegras has been electric with 14 points, 5 goals, 9 assists, and a +4 rating. Owen Tippett's 9 goals show his finishing touch is as sharp as ever, and his 52 shots lead the roster. Where Calgary searches for rhythm, Philadelphia skates with swagger. Defensively, the Flyers are missing pieces. Rasmus Ristolainen and Oliver Bonk remain sidelined until December, but their structure has held. They defend in layers, win battles along the boards, and limit second chances. Calgary's blue line hasn't found that same chemistry. Too many turnovers, too few clears, and the Flames are paying for it in transition. Momentum only deepens the contrast. Calgary has lost 5 straight, 4-2 to Nashville, 4-3 to Ottawa, 4-3 to Toronto, 5-1 to the Rangers, and 5-3 to Winnipeg. They're conceding more than 4 goals a night during that stretch. Philadelphia, on the other hand, has won 3 of its last 5, including solid efforts against Pittsburgh and the Rangers. The Flyers aren't dominating, but they're closing games with poise, something Calgary simply hasn't done. Goaltending could define the night. Calgary's Dustin Wolf, 1-3-1, .881 save percentage, and Devin Cooley, .933 save percentage, have shared an uneven load, while Philadelphia turns to Samuel Erson's relief corps with rookie Alexei Kolosov, ready if needed. The difference? Philly's system protects its goalies. Calgary's often leaves them stranded. Unless Wolf delivers a lights-out performance, the Flames may again struggle to keep pace. This matchup hinges on execution, Calgary's top line trying to crack a disciplined Flyers defense. The Flames need dirty goals, tips, rebounds, screens. The Flyers, meanwhile, thrive off puck movement and pace. Zegras and Tippett have the chemistry to stretch Calgary's defensive shape, and the Flyers' power play, modest but opportunistic, could break it open. The special teams mismatch looms large, Philadelphia's 89% kill versus Calgary's 14.6% conversion rate, a gap that screams difference maker. The Flames will play with urgency, they have to, but urgency alone doesn't erase structural flaws. Philadelphia's home ice composure, superior penalty kill, and balanced attack should carry the night. Prediction: Flyers 4, Flames 2. Zegras drives the offense, Tippett stays hot, and the Flyers' disciplined play seals another home win. Calgary competes, but the numbers, and the eye test, point to a Flyers team that's just built stronger right now. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Flyers winner. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box. New Jersey Devils versus Anaheim Ducks. Tonight in Anaheim, the ice tilts under the weight of 2 teams on the rise. The New Jersey Devils, 9-3-0 and first in the Metropolitan Division, arrive with confidence and chemistry. winners of 4 of their last 5. The Anaheim Ducks, 6-3-1 and sitting 5th in the Pacific, are no longer a rebuilding story. They're a team believing it can beat anyone in its barn. This East-West clash isn't just another November matchup, it's a tone setter for 2 franchises defining who they'll be this season. The Devils have been ruthless in execution, 3.73 goals per game, an elite 32.3% power play, and a steady 2.78 goals against. Their offense runs through Jack Hughes, who's piled up 15 points with his usual blend of speed and vision. Jesper Bratt complements him perfectly with 9 assists and relentless puck pursuit. Anaheim counters with its own dynamic duo, Leo Carlsson matching Hughes with 15 points, and Cutter Gauthier, who's found the net 5 times already. This game promises top-line fireworks, creativity, tempo, and pure offensive flair. Defensively, both teams are managing through absences. New Jersey's Brett Pesce remains sidelined until late November, while Anaheim's bruising defender Radko Gudas is day-to-day. That puts pressure on the Ducks' young blue line to handle a deep Devils attack that thrives on pace and layered support. The Ducks' penalty kill, a modest 78.8%, faces a massive test against New Jersey's lethal man advantage unit. Momentum favors both sides, but the Devils' consistency stands out. They've posted convincing wins over the Kings, Sharks, and Avalanche, outscoring opponents 11-6 in their last 3 victories. Anaheim has matched that energy, taking 4 of its last 5, including a wild 7-5 shootout over Boston and a gritty 3-2 win in Florida. Both clubs are trending up, but one streak has to end. In net, it's Jake Allen versus Lukas Dostal, a classic battle of veteran steadiness against emerging talent. Allen's 5-1-0 mark with a 2.30 goals against average gives New Jersey quiet confidence. Dostal, at 4-3-1 with a .909 save percentage, has been sharp but occasionally left exposed. 1 rebound, 1 power play blast, 1 screen could swing this duel. The margins are that thin. Tactically, New Jersey's advantage lies in structure and special teams. The Devils own the neutral zone, keep breakouts crisp, and turn turnovers into quick-strike goals. Anaheim will try to counter with energy, forecheck pressure, and its fast-maturing young core. But without Gudas anchoring the back end, the Ducks' physical edge could soften against New Jersey's speed and passing precision, especially if early penalties or defensive lapses allow the Devils to dictate tempo and exploit open ice. Expect a furious first period, a tight middle frame, and a closing stretch where discipline decides everything. Jesper Bratt could be the X factor for New Jersey, slippery in space, deadly on the man advantage. Leo Carlsson carries that same weight for Anaheim, capable of turning one shift into momentum for an entire team. Goaltending might prove the ultimate separator, as both clubs thrive on quick transitions and high-danger chances. If the Devils maintain puck control and stay out of the box, their speed should tilt the ice. But if Anaheim's forecheck forces turnovers, this matchup could swing on a single bounce late. When the horn sounds, New Jersey's balance and special teams polish should prevail. The Ducks will battle, but the Devils' depth, puck control, and goaltending steadiness give them the edge on the road. Prediction: Devils 4, Ducks 2. The Metro leaders stay hot, their power play delivers again, and Jake Allen locks down another statement win in California. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Devils winner. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box. Detroit Red Wings versus San Jose Sharks. Tonight in San Jose, 2 teams skating in very different directions collide under the bright lights of the SAP Center. The 8-4-0 Detroit Red Wings, second in the Atlantic Division, roll in looking to extend their early season surge. The 4-6-2 San Jose Sharks, near the bottom of the Pacific, are desperate to steady their footing. For Detroit, it's about maintaining momentum. For San Jose, it's about pride and proof that their young core can hang with one of the East's best. Detroit's offense has been crisp and confident. Dylan Larkin and Macklin Celebrini share the team lead with 17 points, while Alex DeBrincat drives the setup game with 10 assists. The Red Wings average 3.33 goals per game, fueled by quick puck movement and balanced depth scoring. The Sharks, by comparison, rely heavily on Celebrini, 6 goals, 11 assists, whose poise and playmaking already make him the focal point of every shift. But San Jose needs more behind him. Too often, their secondary lines have gone quiet, leaving the rookie to shoulder scoring pressure and spark momentum almost single-handedly when the offense stalls. Defensively, Detroit has found consistency where San Jose is still searching. The Red Wings allow just under 3 goals per game, supported by veteran goaltender Cam Talbot, 2.04 GAA, .898 SV%, and the more battle-tested John Gibson, 3.02 GAA, .875 SV%. San Jose's crease, meanwhile, has been unstable. Yaroslav Askarov holds a 4.09 GAA, but shows flashes of brilliance under pressure. If he locks in early, the Sharks can stay in the fight. If not, Detroit's attack can open it up fast, turning sustained zone pressure into high-danger chances that break the game open. Momentum tells the story. Detroit's last 5, wins over Los Angeles, St. Louis, and St. Louis again, and close losses to Anaheim and the Rangers. The pattern? Resilient responses after every setback. San Jose's last 5, wins over New Jersey and Minnesota, but losses to Vegas, Winnipeg, and Los Angeles. The Sharks have energy, but not finish. Detroit's trend is discipline. San Jose's is volatility. One team refining its identity, the other still searching for the consistency to sustain success. Goaltending could define this matchup. Talbot's composure gives Detroit a calming presence, the kind that steadies the bench. Askarov's athleticism can turn heads or cost goals, depending on his reads. Expect Detroit to test him early with net front traffic and quick release shots from Larkin and DeBrincat, forcing the young goaltender to handle pressure and prove his poise under sustained offensive surges. Special teams may be the deciding edge. Detroit's power play hums at 25%, while their penalty kill locks down at 86.1%. San Jose's man advantage sits close at 23.1%, but their defensive structure hasn't matched that efficiency. The Red Wings execute clean zone entries and cycle relentlessly. The Sharks will look for quick strike counters, led by Celebrini and William Eklund, hoping to capitalize on brief lapses and create momentum through speed and opportunistic finishing. Add it all up, and this feels like a test of control. Detroit thrives on structure and possession. San Jose thrives on chaos and energy. If the Red Wings dictate tempo, they'll grind this one down. If the Sharks can turn it into a track meet, they've got a chance to shock. But discipline, puck management, and patience may ultimately separate a poised contender from an unpredictable spoiler. Prediction: Detroit Red Wings 4, San Jose Sharks 2. Detroit's depth, power play, and goaltending composure should carry the night. San Jose will show fight, but Detroit's balance across all zones and their ability to close late gives them the edge. Expect the Wings to leave San Jose with 2 points and their momentum intact. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Detroit Red Wings winner. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box.